extraordinary American students who will be telling us about their innovations and their futures and their dreams for what this country can provide over the next generation. I think you'll like the results. The results of tonight's poll as well, a preview of what's ahead tomorrow. Stay with us. Look at 4 extraordinary high school students who are surely part of America's bright future. They've just competed in the Intel International Science and Engineering Fair. It is the world's largest science competition for pre-college students. 1,400 students from 40 countries compete for more than $3 million in awards and scholarships. And joining me now, Mark Ingram, Courtney Ann Rafus, and brothers Dylan and Taylor Ducote. Good to have you with us, guys. And congratulations to all of you. Let's start with you, Dylan. Tell us a little bit about what is called, is it correct, the bat hat?
Yes, sir. Oh, we called it the bat hat because it uses sonar like bats use. What it does is it'll send out a high-frequency sonar wave, and then this wave will bounce off an object in front of it. And then whenever it senses the object, it'll be able to tell the distance by the echo and how long it takes to get to it. And then it'll run the signal through the circuit inside the hat, and then it'll output tones through earphones to the wearer.
And the fact of the matter is, for blind people, this is just an extraordinary idea. How did the idea come to you?
Well, last year at our state science fair, there was this thing called a DARPA Grand Challenge, and DARPA is a defense agency for the government, and they had a challenge to see what organization can build a robot to meet the challenge, maneuver through desert and things like that. And we were talking as a group, and we thought, well, robots are essentially blind, so how can they see? So then we did some research. That
was the first question that would have occurred to me, Taylor. Well, this is remarkable. How's it, brothers 15 and 17, freshman and junior, working together?
It's all right, but you know, we're brothers, so you can expect what you will.
And we all expect nothing but the best, and that's what you've delivered here. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
And Courtney, tell us about your project.
I made a train wreck, ultrasonic train wreck avoidance system, and ultrasonic sound is above humans' hearing, so you can't actually hear it. And it can actually detect if there's a break in the track or 2 trains are going to collide.
And how do you do that?
I have ultrasonic senders and receivers, and you make them alternating down the track. And if the receiver is not getting what the sender's sending, you know, it's always ultrasonic sound. This is actually a digital oscilloscope, and it'll have wavelengths on it. And if it flatlines, it means that the track's broken. And if the line doubles, that means that another train's coming. And
that information would be transmitted to the engineer and the locomotive.
Right. It would this digital oscilloscope will actually be with the train engineer, and he'll actually be able to look at it and tell. And then the alarm will sound if there's a broken track or something.
And your idea came from
a bunch of stuff. My neighbor used to, go to train scenes, and he'd, assess the damage costs, and he'd always say, Courtney, something needs to be done. This is really expensive, because train wrecks are really costly because they're so heavy and they make a lot of damage. So just kind of combined a few thoughts.
So he turned to you to come up with this solution. Your reputation preceded you. That's wonderful. And you delivered. That is great.
Thanks.
And Mark, tell us about your project.
Yes, well, I invented a device that allows a person to use their ordinary cell phone, pay phone, or their regular house phone to start their car in the morning. They can also unlock their car, turn on their heater or air conditioner from anywhere in the world, as long as they have a cell phone connection.
And it goes into the house number, or is this a separate number that has a computer attached to it? How does it work?
Yes, sir. There's a cell phone actually built inside of there that would actually go inside your car.
You can show us a bit how this would work.
Yeah, what I do is matter of fact, I take a regular cell phone and connect to it, and it would say something like, press 1 to start your car, press 2 to turn on your heater. When I press 1 like this, it starts the car. And I would just simply press 2 to turn it off.
That may have sounded to folks watching you at home like the starter was just turning over, but it actually engaged and the wheels were turning, and that's what was making that noise.
Yes, sir.
What other applications are there? It started. What else?
Well, other than that, you can use this in your house to turn on things inside your house as well. But there's a GPS device built inside there, and you can locate your car during a 911 emergency, or you just simply need to find it in a pretty large parking lot.
That's extraordinary. Well, congratulations to all of you. You're the old man in the group. You're a senior.
Louisville, Kentucky. Yes, sir.
And where are you going to school?
I'm going to be going to the University of Louisville.
All right. We thought we'd give you a chance to put that plug in.
Yes,
Courtney,
sir.
have you decided about your future yet?
I want to attend UT. I live in Texas. So.
All right. UT being the University of Texas. And well, let's start with you first, Dylan.
Well,
You're
actually,
a junior?
Yes,
So-
sir. I actually plan on attending Louisiana State University, LSU, in Baton Rouge.
And Taylor, have you mapped out your life yet as a freshman in high school?
Yes, sir. I'm planning to also attend LSU, maybe majoring in something to do in the teaching field.
Well, terrific. You're all wonderful young people. We appreciate you taking time to share your thinking and your time with us, and we wish you all nothing but the very best. You're great. Thank you. Indeed, they are great. Now the results of our poll tonight. 90% of you say Mexico should apologize for allowing Cuban exile Luis Posada.
Day of low clouds and fog, poor visibility to start the day, but by noon Pacific, you can expect clearing and on-time flight schedules there. I'll be back in a half hour with more. Robin, talk to you then.
You got it. Thank you. Well, they say children are our future, and some are molding the future today. Meet the brains behind some of the latest scientific inventions.
The Air Travel Update is brought to you by National Car Rental. Faster than the speed of life.
Analysis. Call 1-800-480-5280.
She blinded me with science.
Hey, you want to meet tomorrow's scientists today? Promising young inventors are showing off their stuff at the International Science and Engineering Fair. It is the world's largest pre-college science fair. And we got 3 of this year's competitors with us right now. We have brothers Taylor and Dylan Ducote, and we have George Hutz as well. Good morning to all 3 of you.
Morning.
Good morning.
All right, well, let's start off with Taylor and Dylan. You guys made a sensor hat that helps the blind navigate. How does it do that?
Well, what it does is it uses sonar technology, and it sends out a high-frequency sound wave, and then it measures the echo. And when it does this, it's able to tell the distance between the objects, and then it sends a tone through the circuit that we put in the hat to the wearer through our headphones.
Were you guys just sitting around? Let's ask the other brother this one. Were you guys just kind of sitting around at home thinking of this, or were you impacted by someone not being able to see in your own life?
Well, last year at around one of the lower level science fairs at University of Louisiana in Lafayette, this college had entered a robot into a challenge called the DARPA Grand Challenge. And this challenge was for these robots to get across about 150 miles of desert without being able to be remote controlled or manned. So we were kind of wondering, well, how do they see, since robots are essentially blind? And that just kind of sparked the idea, well,
That is amazing.
Maybe we can use this to help out.
Let's talk to George right now. George, you have a robot that recognizes and fetches objects. How does that work?
Well, it has 2 cameras on board, so the same way people see with like 2 eyes, the robot can see with 2 cameras, and it has a computer on board which interprets the signals from these cameras and says, look, there's a shoe over there, or whatever you're trying to get. So,
What do you think are the practical applications for people then with that one?
well, like say someone's bedridden and they want to like get their food or a glass of water, the robot could go and get that for them.
It's just amazing. Your ages are so young, and you think of these things. Let me ask you, will you guys go ahead and get these items patented? George, let's start with you.
I'd like to, but applying for a patent is pretty expensive. And I don't know, like, I love building these things, but when it comes to marketing them...
You don't want to be so serious about it, huh?
Yeah, it's just fun for now.
It's
Be serious
amazing.
later.
How about Taylor and Dylan? You guys have plans for this to be marketed?
Well, we've thought about it, but like George said, it's kind of expensive, and also we're working on a newer, better design hat, so we might try and see where that one goes.
Doing that in your free time, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
What are your guys' career goals? Does it have anything to do with science at all, or is this completely different from this stuff that you consider fun?
Well, go ahead.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm planning on going into veterinary medicine, so this is kind of not in my career, my future.
Well, best of luck to the two of you. And George, how about you? You going into science?
Well, I think the future is going to be in interfacing people's brains with computers. So I'm going to try to build a device to do that.
George Hotz, you guys are amazing. Best of luck in these competitions. We do appreciate your time, and thanks for making inventions that people can perhaps use later. The White House says it is not enough. Newsweek magazine's retracted a story, but the White House wants what else?